Scourge has been rebuilt for 2016, but is he a necessary purchase? No, but will you like him? Find out on T-Man 978 Show Review. Hello everyone, T-Man 978, reviewing Transformers Titans Return, Scourge, with Fracas. Here is his collector's card right here. It's a little bit too close to the source material for me, but it still looks good, and it does look like what it's supposed to look like. Here are the tech specs. You can see in red, Scourge's abilities, and then with the blue, his enhanced abilities with Fracas. Here is the product imagery on the back of the packaging. The Decepticons unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Fracas can steal the powers of other bots, letting Scourge harness whatever ability suits his sinister plans. Initially, I wasn't going to buy Scourge because I already have Generation Scourge, and I still, even right now, feel like that one's superior. But he does look good in an initial reaction to opening him. He feels cheap. He feels cheaper than the other 3 Wave 1 bots to me. Like stuff like this panel. It's nice that they put that panel there to close up the leg. Well, if you're like squeezing it or moving around, you could wind up pushing it back. I mean, it's supposed to peg in right there, but that does that. There's a bunch of hollowness in the arms right there, which I don't like. And I don't know. He looks good. I'm not going to complain about him too much. One thing that he doesn't have that every other bot has, even Skull Smasher has like forearm rotation. He has no wrist rotation or forearm rotation at all. But he does have some good range in the shoulders, which is nice. I like that right there. The head, when it's attached, it can look up a little bit, but it doesn't look down. I mean, it can look down, but you have to hold it. Like, he looks nice and poses like... Hold on. He looks nice when you pose him like looking like this or that, but he doesn't hold it. And his neck seems to sit higher than the rest of them. Like, you can actually see the Titan Master's head still. So that's why he comes out way easier than the rest of the robots from Wave 1 for me. I like the details they put on him. It's sparse. Like, he's almost has as much sparse detail as Blur. But the wings flare out, which give him a little bit more color, and the back of his legs have paint on them. So I guess he fares a little bit better, and he's not so blue as Blur. But it's a decent robot. The hips can go out and do the full splits. Of course, he has a thigh rotation, and his knee, it stops right there, but you can push it right here. And one thing, I don't know if they're going to use this for another mold or whatever, but if you flip this around, if he didn't have these kneecaps, you could put his legs like this and make him look like the Generations bot. And since I keep bringing up the Generations bot, here he is. Of course, he feels a little bit more solid than this guy because it's thicker plastic and better engineering, really. Or more engineering, I should say. Because it has just about as much engineering that it needs to transform into what it transforms into. And one-ups it has ankle pivot, which this one doesn't. This one has a toe joint that can go up and down. It has wrist rotation, and the neck on this guy can look down and up. And I can't fault it for this because all Titans Returns figures are like that. The head sculpt is a little bit better on him than him because he has to suffer with the fact that he is a headmaster, basically. This lifts up just like Blur, so he has a lot in common with Blur. But The head is the way it's supposed to look, besides these arms. And all the other heads from this wave, it's like the arms of the Titan Master don't obstruct what the figure's head is supposed to look like, but in this case, it does. So, there's that. Oh yeah, this guy also has a waist joint, which that one doesn't have. I mean, the Titan Returned one, I like the shoulder articulation, but they can both basically do the same thing, so there's that. But just know I like this one better. So you can see it, the Titan's Return one is taller, so which one would you troop build? Should he be the leader and you buy a bunch of these? Or should you buy he be the leader and you get a bunch of this mold right here? I mean, they do have that set that does come with, I believe, 2 different Scourge molds, so there's that right there. Here he is next to these bots here, and Cyclonus is still a little bit taller. The weapons, the first time I took this gun out the hand actually came off with it, so yeah, the cheap plastic is a burden there sometimes. But if you're worried about Fracas being a target master, or the fact that Scourge became a target master, look, he still has target master capabilities. And you can take this little gun right here and put it right here. So there's that option right there. With a heavier weapon in his hand, it proves something people may have suspected anyway. Scourge is a little limp-wristed. And I have a new head on his body. And this shows something that I always felt as a kid, and over time I got used to his character, but Cyclonus, Scourge, and Galvatron never felt like they actually were part of Transformers, or they fit into the show to me, because they have more rounded bodies, and with a head like this on him, it just does not look right, because everybody else is pretty much blocky or angular. Fracas, I think he is my favorite Titan Master to look at. I definitely love this head sculpt right there that I shouldn't have tried to focus on. Come on. But it kind of makes me think about Rumble and Frenzy. It looks very nice. I like the nice design of his body. The legs suffer from what Blair suffers from. He's blue with a slightly lighter blue that you can barely see painted right there. And of course he has a face on his back. But anyway, transformation. Flip the hands and put the arms straight. Lift the arms slightly up at the shoulder, and there's a peg on the side of his body right here that goes into the sort of like right above the elbow joint. So that's that. Put the feet down like this on both sides, and now you're looking at it like this is the front of him, but it needs to be right there, and he doesn't have a waist joint. I didn't read the instructions, so this took me like 6 minutes till I had to realize. I was like, somehow this rotates. But anyway, pull this down, rotate this around, and go ahead and, oh yeah, open this up. Open these panels up, get them out the way, and bring this up like this. Sort of Combine-A-War style, or just, you've probably seen several Transformers by now in your life with a leg transformation like that. Of course, peg these together, which I don't know why is giving me trouble all of a sudden, probably because I'm filming. And now you bring these down, and there's a peg here that goes into that middle part of his shoulder. And what I find you have to do is peg these in up the front, because they never just peg in automatically, and bam, you have his spacecraft move, but you might want to take the little gun and put it here to give him his look that he's supposed to have. But there you go with that. If you want to put the other gun in, you have to rotate that gun. Put this here. You could put Fracas here and make him still the target master. Of course, this gun back here gets in the way. I guess you could rotate it this way, which I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like that, and I've been doing it wrong this whole weekend. But pow, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. You could also attach the gun right here into one of the ports that are on the side, or you could put on somebody else's pieces like this and have somebody riding off to the side right there. Getting Fracas inside, the cockpit is really up here. You would think it's up the front, but the cockpit is right here, or his cockpit at least. You can put him in there. And one thing to note, when you are transforming him back to robot mode, transforming Scourge back to robot mode, take Fracas out. I made the mistake in not doing that, and I didn't know why this little section wouldn't shove back up into his body. It's because Fracas was in the way. But here he is from the back. Pretty decent. But from the bottom, you can see he's pretty much a robot right there. He has these two stand ports right there that I learned from Starscreamer. But let me show you a problem with them. Like, it's nice that you can port him into a stand, but boom, he falls over there like that. So you always have to have him like kind of at an angle or he's gonna fall over. But that is a cool option that they didn't have to give us, and that's the only reason that could be there at all. But why would they put that there on some flimsy flaps that don't peg into anything? And of course, he is a spacecraft and he doesn't have any type of landing gear, so keep that in mind right there. If you want, this is also an option right here. With this gun right here. Bada bow. Or the gun right there. And because I didn't show it off, the gun fits there. Let's put this on the other side. You could do that right there. Vehicle mode comparison of the two Scourges I own. They are, depending on how you look at them, roughly the same size. This has an advantage over this one because it's actually kind of G1 accurate, or cartoon accurate and toy accurate to the. And this is why I actually wanted this figure. Another advantage is this one has a cockpit and you can carry a passenger in there, so that's some play value right there. Or you can attach this gun and put like another additional character there. You can attach something here and put an additional character there. You can put characters over here and go crazy. This one is a nice, sleek looking futuristic stealth bomber that looks very awesome to me. I mean, it's not G1. This is when they're still in their like classics type stage where they gave them updated bodies. But this one has actual landing gear. It doesn't roll, but it did incorporate landing gear in there. And you can do this if you wanted to and give him that G1 peekaboo look right there. But overall, this has a sleek vehicle mode that cleans up tremendously because you don't see any robot kibble besides the hands, and you could say those are like engine lights or something like that. But I can't believe how much this cleans up. So overall, I do like Scourge. I didn't think that I would like him, but he is a cool robot. He's just as good, or pretty much as close as to being good as the other 3 Wave 1 Deluxes from this line. But I think the thing holding me back is I already had the Generation Scourge, so I kind of didn't really need him, as it was kind of redundant. But If I'm going to have Titan Master or Titan's Returns, I might as well get him too. But he is a cool figure. Besides, like, the limp wrist. I'm pretty sure if it's like that on mine, these problems have been pretty much universal. So you might get lucky and have some tight wrists, but more than likely you're going to have the same looseness as me, because that is a flimsy connection point right there. But it's still a good toy, all things considered. But please check out one of the 2 video reviews I'm about to put up right here. If you like this review, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be reviewing more stuff. Comment, share. T-Man978 out of here.